Sashirika. In this video, we are going to see the types of single phase induction motor. So types, if you're going to see, there are four types: slip phase motor, capacitor start motor, capacitor start, capacitor run motor, then shaded pole motor. These are the types of single phase induction motor. Single phase induction motor plays a major role in domestic applications. Then next is your first is your slip phase induction motor. This is also known as resistance stator motor. It is going to have a single cage rotor, and its stator has two windings. Two windings. That is what I told. Always your single phase induction motor will have two windings to run. With only one winding, it can't able to start. Self starting will not be there. So always you have to have two winding for your single phase induction motor. So the main winding and as well as your starting winding is also known as your auxiliary winding. Okay, so both are kept displaced by 90 degree. It is very important. It is kept by displaced by 90 degree in space like winding in two phase induction motor. The main winding of induction motor has very low resistance and high inductive reactance. Main winding is nothing but your what is it starting winding. I repeat, it should be displaced sure with of 90 degrees. So this is the diagram for your uh, slip phase induction motor. If you are going to see, this is your auxiliary winding and this is your main winding. A switch is connected. Why a switch is connected? No. Why? Because I need a starter to start this motor, right? So once after my motor is going to start about 70 percentage, if it is going to run, no, I can able to disconnect my uh, what is it starter, right? So this is the circuit diagram for that, and this is the phasor diagram. If you're going to see, this is the voltage. IA is nothing but your auxiliary current. IM is nothing but your main. Means because the winding is present here, if I'm going to give a current, means current is going to pass through this winding. No, that is known as your IM, and the current through this auxiliary winding is nothing but my IA, and the resultant is nothing but my I. If you're going to see this angle sine theta, torque equation, if you're going to see T is equal to IM, then your IA and sine phi. This is your sine phi. This is your angle. Okay. For this particular split phase induction motor, your angle will be 25 to 30. This angle will be 25 to 30. Starting torque will be very less in this slip phase induction motor. IM is nothing but your main winding current, and IA is nothing but starting winding current. If you want to reverse the motor, you have to reverse the winding, that's all. This should be in the initial and this should be in the later. Okay, this is regarding your split phase induction motor. I repeat it. This is having an angle angle of 25 to 35 degrees, and the starting torque will be very less in this particular motor. And next is your motor characteristics. This is the characteristics of my motor. That's what I told. Torque is the torque of the resistance start motor is about 1.5 times full load torque. Means it is very small. So I am using for my very domestic applications. Okay. The main or full load torque is about 2.5%. That's what whenever my full torque is going to attain my 70% of my synchronous speed, the split motor have high starting current. So again, it is once the motor it is going to start, it is going to attain my full load current. And these are the applications of my uh, split phase induction motor. It is used in washing machine, air conditioner, fans, grinders, floor polishes, etc. The main concept what you have to understand is it is having a less torque. Starting torque is very less in slip phase induction motor, single phase induction slip motor. And next is your capacitor start motor. It is nothing but you are going to introduce a capacitor in your uh, motor. It is why you are going to go for this one is in slip motor. No, your torque is very less. I want somewhat higher torque. So that is 3.0 to 4 times the full load torque. That is in your here if you're going to see only 1.5 times full torque, so it is very less torque. So I want to increase my torque. So I'm going to go for a capacitor. I'm going to introduce a capacitor to my motor. So to obtain high torque, I'm going to introduce a capacitor. And they are telling means always you'll be using an electrolytic capacitor in the order of 250 microfarad. The capacitor CS is short time rated. That's what when once my motor is going to start, I'm going to take off. I'm going to disconnect this particular capacitor. These are more costly than split phase induction motor because we are going to add the capacitor. So this is your diagram for your capacitor. You are going to see the capacitor is added in this particular diagram. So in this one, your torque is more. Okay. 75 after attending the 70 percentage of rotation, it is the switch is disconnected. This is going to disconnect. If you're going to see auxiliary winding, IA is lagging. IA is lagging by pi. Again, torque equation is Im into your Ia. Again, your resultant is your I. Again, your angle will be there. Sorry, pi will be there. The torque equation is Im into Ia into sine phi. Right? Why we are going? I want to have an increased torque. So I'm going to go for my capacitor start motor. So what are the applications again? I'm going to go for these are my application heavy loads. It can be used. Then it is used in pumps, compressor, refrigerator, and air conditioner. They also use for conveyors and some machines. That's what where my torque it is not very less. Somewhat torque is required. No, I'm going to use this particular motor. And next is your capacitor start capacitor run induction motor. In this one again two capacitor you are going to introduce. Again, I want to increase my torque, right? So only I am going to introduce my capacitor. Again, two windings will be there: main winding, auxiliary winding. The two windings are displayed 90-degree. So if you're going to see this diagram here, this is your capacitor in the run position and this capacitor in your start position, right? So if you're going to see, we are going to introduce two capacitor in this particular motor, right? So my torque will be very much high when compared to your capacitor starter motor. So since I'm going to use two capacitor in this particular motor, my torque will be very high. But it will be a bit noisy because I'm going to introduce a capacitor and it is my motor is going to run. My what is it? My torque is always Im into Ia into sine phi. No, the pi sine the pi will be always greater than 90-degree in this particular motor. The torque is extremely high and the capacitor what you are going to use is electrolytic capacitors. Again, the main concept is I want to increase my torque. That is why I'm introducing two capacitors. And these are the applications again. Next is my shaded pole motor. This is very important in your single phase type of induction motor. So it is very simple type and this is also called as self-starting motor. How we'll see now. So data is made up of stator is made up of salient poles, each pole is plotted on the side. And a copper ring is fitted. This is very important. A copper ring is fitted on the small part. This part is called the shaded pole. The ring is usually a single turn coil and known as shading coil. In this diagram, if you are going to see, this is your shading coil, this is main pole, this is your starter, this is your main winding, and I am going to give a single phase induction. Single phase supply. See, my shaded pole motor is it is also called a self-starting motor, and single turn copper will be there. That's what it will be there. This is having a low power factor. Okay. So your power loss will be more in the shaded pole and it is very small. Okay. Then the stator and rotor both are laminated. Both stator and rotor are laminated. Here if you are going to see magnetic field is induced. So if you are going to give an input supply, no, here one magnetic field is produced. This particular copper plate means this particular what is it? Copper coil, this particular copper ring, no, this copper ring is going to cut the magnetic flux. So whenever my magnetic flux is cutted, no, an EMF is used. Okay, so the copper ring is cutting the magnetic flux, so an EMF is induced in this particular motor, and so my rotor is going to get rotated. Okay, so current is getting circulated because of your ring flux is produced. Because of, I repeat, we are going to give supply to this, a main flux is there, and magnetic flux is produced. This particular copper, this copper is going to, this copper ring is going to cut my flux. So an EMF is induced in this particular motor and it is going to start running. So it is known as a self-starting motor, and hence your rotating magnetic field is produced. So torque is produced in this, right? So motor is going to start. So only it is very small, and this is having more power loss. So we will not be using for in most conditions. This is very small also. Okay, this is used in exhaust fans, relays, hair dryers, etc. So applications, if you're going to see, you'll be having in your air conditioner, uh, air conditioners, electronic equipment, cooling fans, all those things. And repeat, shaded pole motor input, if you're going to give supply, this main flux is going to produce one flux, right? So this copper ring is going to cut this particular magnetic field, right? Because of this particular copper ring, it will produce one magnetic flux, right? So two type of magnetic flux is produced in this. So in this flux is cutted by copper ring. So an EMF is induced in this one. Once an EMF is induced and the rotating magnetic field is produced, my motor is going to start. So this shaded pole motor is a self-starting motor. And this is regarding, and this is my reference, and thank you.